Hi, friends. So today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to journal. Usually, if I would do my Bible study, like we said last time, I would pick a topic, Google some of the Bible verses, and then look them up and then find them in the Bible, write them down, highlight them, put it in my little notepad, and then try to meditate on the words, right? But for today, we're going to be Bible journaling, but on the ones that I already have, the ones I've already done. So I'm just highlighting it because sometimes I'll circle the Bible verse that I want to study, but then I don't highlight it or I'll come back to it or something like that. So we're going to go through the Bible today and see what area needs to be highlighted, what needs to be, what notes I need to retake, and go from there. And I was going to do it anyway, so I figured I'd record and kind of show you step by step what I do. So what we're doing today is we're just picking some chapters and seeing, like this one, for example, in Genesis. So this right here tells me, this talks about the creation of man. That's what this is about. So every chapter in here is very important to me because it's what molded me into the person that I am today. So it's taught me how to, talks about trust, judgment, being kind, taming the tongue, give everything to God, leading to not to your own understanding. Everything that you need, it's in here. This is what made me, right? So right now I'm just kind of look at the post-it note to make sure that I do have notes on everything. There's not anything that's blank. This one right here doesn't have anything. It's just a story. This one right here talks about Abe and Cain and Abel. So I'll make a note here of what it's about. So I can kind of look at it and I'll have an idea what it's about. So I'll put Genesis 4 verses 8. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Let me write that again. Cain and Abel. Genesis 4 verses 8. So this gives me a summary of what the chapter's about, and that's how I get the post-it note. Right? So we're going to just go through them and see what needs to be noted and what doesn't. So this one right here, Genesis 14:8. Okay, that one's noted. There's something there. And I don't have to put a post-it note on each one as long as I have one of them, or so I'll know which page to go to. So if there's a post-it note, it tells me that page was important to me and it meant something to me at some time. And that's what it tells me, to go back and kind of look at it. So every post-it note on here means something important to me. Exodus 1 verses 11 to 14 talks about the Egyptians. Got that right here. This should be about the burning bushes. God told Moses his name. Moses said, "Who should I tell that you are, that your name is?" And he said, God said his name is, God said unto Moses, "I am that I am." So God told Moses, "Go tell the people that you spoke to me and I gave you this message." And Moses said, "What should I tell them your name is?" He said, "My name is I am that I am." So that's God's name, I am that I am. And that means I am everything. I am your worries. I am your anxiety. I am the wind. I'm everything that you need. See, it says it on here, the notes that I put on there. God says he's called I am that I am is his name. So he already put notes on there, so I don't need to do anything with that page. This right here talks about the Egyptian and the wilderness. I can make a note, but I don't want to without. I think I'm okay with it. Okay, Leviticus. So it tells me which to look at. That one's good. As long as there's something on there, it doesn't have to be a whole story. So I'm just kind of going by each by one to see if I need to add any more notes. Because sometimes I'll put a post-it note, but then I'll forget to highlight it. If I forget to highlight it, I'll at least put, underline it. So Leviticus 27:30. Okay. Tithe of the land. Okay. And I figured I was going to do it anyway, so I might as well show you guys what it looks like in real life. Okay, so here, this one's for which one is this? Numbers 11, and then 10 to 15, and then 16 to 17. So this one right here, for example, maybe I didn't have a highlighter that day. I did make notes of what they're about, but I didn't highlight it. I just underlined with a marker. So I'll go back now, and then I would highlight it. So when I go to the page and I glance at it, I'll know where to go to, what was important to me. See, I even have little notes here. Some people write in the Bible, which you can, if it works best for you, there's nothing wrong with it. But it gets a little confusing when there's letters over here, letters over here, letters over here. For me, it looks a little confusing. So I rather, instead of writing on the Bible, I would like to write a Post-it note instead. But I do highlight it, and sometimes I'll use different highlighters to show me it's different chapters and different meanings. And sometimes I'll use different highlighters because that's the only one I have available. So there's no special meaning to the highlighter. It's just whatever you have available. Either if you want to separate them, or that's the only thing you have available at the time. And then 16 and 17. So if I had an orange, I would color 16, 17 orange because it's a different meaning. But since I don't have it with me right now, I'm just going to highlight it. So this is what the Bible journaling looks like. So we have that. So let's go to the next page. So that one right there, Numbers 13, 1 to 2. It's already highlighted. It's good. Another thing too, if you highlight it, it goes to the next page. So let's look at this one right here, Numbers 13, 25 to 33. So 25 to 33 is already highlighted. We're good to go there. Okay, so if we look at Deuteronomy 20 verses 4, you see how it's not really highlighted. I would go back and then just highlight it. That's all we're doing for today. We're going back. We're editing, kind of fixing it, revamping it. This one right here says Peter 3:7. That's in the wrong chapter. So let's go back and fix that one. Because if there's a Post-it note, it meant something important to me at some time. Peter 15:44. Go to 15:44. Okay. And then it's Peter 3 verses 7. So we found Peter 3:7, so it's right there. So basically I find it and then I highlight it. So today we're not going to actually do Bible study, we're just journaling, just to make sure everything is revamped and up to date. We got that one. So we put it in the right spot. So let's go back to where we were. We're here in Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 20 verses 4, which is already highlighted. Let's go to the next one. Okay, Deuteronomy 27:10. Okay. Thou shalt therefore obey the voice of the Lord thy God, and do his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day. So that one's good and highlighted. We just highlight it a little bit more. And these other ones are on there, but I don't have to put more Post-it note on this page. As long as there's at least one Post-it note, one or two Post-it note, that's fine. I don't have to put for each one. Because we already got as many we already have a lot of Post-it notes. So this one right here is a perfect example. Deuteronomy 28:47 verse 8. It's right here. You see how I put underlined it with a pencil at some time. Every verse that's highlighted or highlighted or underlined or has a Post-it note was meaningful to me at some point. So all these Post-it notes are very important to me. I've had it for 7 years. So this one's just underlined, not highlighted. So I'm going to go back and highlight it so it stands out. And when you use different highlighters, it actually makes it fun too. So let's just go to the next one. Okay, Deuteronomy 31 verse 6, but this one doesn't have any notes. This one's empty. So I must have been rushing, and I just put a Post-it note there to come back to it eventually, which is what I'm doing today. I could have put this Post-it note 4 years ago. I don't know. But this is my first time going back and kind of revamping each one, because I usually just, it's not my first time because I usually just do it when I can, but this is my first time going page to page. Deuteronomy 31 verses 6, and this is it right here. Okay, now let's go to the next one. Joshua 9. Okay, I have Joshua 9, but it looks like it's 1 through 14. So let me just put 1 to 14, because obviously this is what it's about, all right? So let's go to the next one. So this one right here is 1 Samuel. Okay, so this talks a lot about Saul and David. So it's probably this story. So if I have this case where I have so many different ones, I'm not sure which one I was referring to. This was probably like something I learned from church or something that we talked about. So I would just pick the one that's the most meaningful to me. Samuel, like the main part of the story, 18 verses 1 through 4. So this right here gives me an idea. And then you can also put Samuel 18, 6 through 7. Yeah. Okay. So it gives me an idea. This right here, Samuel 25:2. It's already highlighted. This one's good to go. So you don't need 2 Post-it note for both. As long as I have a Post-it note 1 page, I can find the page because there's so many pages. So if I have at least 1 Post-it note, it tells me where to go to. Okay, let's go to the next one. 1 Kings 5 verse 4. It's right here. Okay, that one looks good. It's highlighted. This one right here, it's highlighted, but maybe I didn't have time to write the reason why I picked this page. So this is 1 Kings 6, chapter 6 is what that means. And then the verse is 12. So start that. So when someone says 1 Kings 6 verse 1 Kings 6:12, that means 1 Kings chapter 6, and then in chapter 6 there's verses. So verse 12, that's what that means. All right, so here's another one where it's highlighted, but there's no note on here. So I'll just bring this down here. I'll put 1 Kings 7 verses 1. And this talks about Solomon. So I can even add Solomon if I wanted to. Just whatever you feel like, and it's your book. All right, so let's go to the next one. So this one right here, I can't really make a note on here. Oh, yes, I can. I guess I did it before. On here, when I have this kind of Post-it note, to be honest, I don't make a note. I just leave it the way it is. But I guess you can if you wanted to. So this right here, 1 Kings 19:21. Right here, it's already Post-it note on there. So that one's good to go. This talks about being content. And he said, be content, I pray thee, and go with thy servant? And he answered, I will go. So this talks about Jesus telling us to be content. So that's 2 Kings 6, verses 3. That one's good. All right. This talks about don't fight your battles, give it to God. So this one right here, I don't have enough room to put on there, so that's when I would add a second one. 2 Chronicles 20, verses 7. So that means the same thing. That's for this page. See, and this is how my Post-it notes end up looking like this, because I'm taking notes, and every page is a very important page for me at some point in my life. And these are the ones that help mold me and help me become the person that I am today, and I'm able to make videos because of these Post-it notes. Okay. All right, so this one has Post-it note. This one's good. This one right here, Psalms 23:1. This one's good. I'm sure it stays. This talks about don't worry. This one's good. Okay, that's noted. That one's good. Okay, so now I'm just kind of checking to see what's missing. Trust in God. So yeah, so you guys, now you have an idea of what it looks like, how to journal, how to revamp your Bible, and kind of go over it and see what is missing, what needs to be added. This right here is highlighted, but as long as at least 1 or 2 stickers on there, we're okay. We don't have to put a sticker for each one. We already have enough posting as it is, right? So this right here, Psalms 37:2, that one's good. So every page on here is very important to me at some point in my life. Every page. All right, Psalms 104, verses 4, it's right there. That one's good. What can the Bible teach us? This is a little note that I had for myself. And then Psalms 147:1, it's right there. It's already highlighted. That one's good. All right, that one's highlighted. So yeah, so this is how it looks. You have an idea. So this one right here doesn't have anything. This right here talks about virtuous woman. See? Happiness is the man that find wisdom, and a man that getteth understanding. She is more precious than rubies, and all things that desire are not compared unto her. So nothing's compared to her. I like that one. So a godly woman. That's what it talks about basically. Proverbs 31 woman. Oh, so this is Proverbs 3:15. All right. So yeah, so this is what it looks like. Okay. All right. So I hope this helps. Oh, there's nothing on this one. Look at this one. If we look at Proverbs 20, verses 19, he that goeth about as talebearer, reveal secrets, therefore meddle not with him that flatters his lips. So don't meddle with someone that gossips and tells people secrets, which makes sense. You see how it's teaching you the way of life? Saying don't hang out with the gossipers. Because if you hang out with the gossipers, they're going to gossip about you. You're not no different. It's going to be your secret next. So we have that. Yeah, so this is how it looks. See, this one doesn't have anything. Through wisdom is the house built, and by understanding it is established. A wise man is strong, yea, a man of knowledge increases strength. Wow. I like that. Wise man increases knowledge. You seek to understand and have knowledge. That's beautiful. All right, and that's Proverbs. I like the book of Proverbs. It's about knowledge. You learn so much. All right, so that's how it looks, friends. I don't need to add anything on here. This talks about boasting. I don't need to add anything on there. So this one I might need to add something on here. See right here, this right here, this talks about the Proverbs 31 woman, which is the godly woman. This is the one that everybody talks about on TikTok. I'm going to be a Proverbs 31 woman. She's more precious than gold. Let's see what else it says. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and her tongue is law of kindness. So she's very kind. She takes care of her household, and she dresses modestly. Favor is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman that fears the Lord, she shall be praised. So she fears the Lord. This is a Proverbs 31 woman. This is about a godly woman. Right? Maybe we should talk about that next time. This is what the females should strive to be. Proverbs 31, 26, and then we're going to do 31 and 30. So this note, I'm going to do these two. Okay, all right, so you have an idea what it looks like. Okay, well, I hope you enjoy. Thanks, friends.